Teresa Meares today. She is our former past national chair for NAWBO, and she's also the person responsible for bringing certification to NAWBO. So, Teresa, I'm going to hand it over to you to do your introduction.
All right. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, whenever you watch it.
Yep.
Teresa Meares. I am past chair for NAWBO, National Association of Women Business Owners, on our C6 side, which is our membership side. And then I'm also past chair of our Institute side, which is our C3 side. So I've served on the board for 12 years, and last year I officially rolled off. And I'm retired from being a board member for NAWBO, but never out of NAWBO. So
Yes, you're always going to be part of NAWBO. It's in your blood.
yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, and you're representing the beautiful colors today as well. So, and I'm chatting with Teresa today because Teresa was very passionate about, is very passionate about certification and bringing certification to NAWBO. And I know we were the pioneers in national certification programs back in the 1990s. I don't want to overlook that. But why was it so important to you that NAWBO offers certification?
Well, on the C3 side, being the nonprofit, it's very, very important that, we need the opportunity to get support monetarily. And having a C3, that's the first step, right? So we we brought back the NAWBO Institute. And under the NAWBO Institute, our goal was to build out programs that would allow women to scale to the level that they wanted to, right? If they were 100,000 and wanted to get to 1 million, let us help you do that. If you're at 1 million, you want to get to 10 million, let's help you do that. If you want to get to 10 million to 50, right? So we wanted to look at all of the different programs that we could bring back to help women, no matter the state of their business, of where they were at, whether they were just starting, where their growth, or what they're ready to retire, they're ready to sell out. So all of these programs are very important, and we know that some women and get additional business and opportunity if they're certified. And so with all the programs that we're offering, it just really made sense to bring certification back, because it's not just about the certification, it's about how you can educate yourself and learning. So it's just really one cog in the wheel in order to help the women grow and get to where they want to be at whatever stage that they're at. So it just made sense for us to incorporate it all in one. And then just take the education a little one step further. Not only can we help you learn how to get business through certification, we can do the certification for you. So it's more of a community building. It's not just a certificate, is kind of our thought process around it.
Okay, I love that. And for women watching this right now who may not know a lot about certification, who maybe or they're curious about it, could you in a nutshell explain why certification is so important for a woman-owned business?
Right. So it's, it kind of validates you, right? And there are several companies and even states or counties or cities, they have their own certification program. And so as a business owner, you need to know who your target market is. So when you want to get certified, the first thing I say is find out who your target market is. How is it that you're going to get to that target market? And do you require any special certifications in order to do it? The government is a whole beast of its own.
Yeah.
But let's talk about business to business. And so what happens is NAWBO was started in 1975. NAWBO has spent decades building a very, very strong brand. And so being able to say, I'm certified through NAWBO, it validates you, right? It says, okay, NAWBO is known for helping women in business, very, critical and paramount in making movement for women's rights and women business owners. And so having that certification just really offers that validation. But it also will allow you to have a conversation with a different set of people in purchasing from the B2B. We always talk about, everybody says, I get certified, I want to go do business with Amazon and Walmart and
Yeah.
all of these big names, right? That's not it. It's about having the certification to validate you and having certification where you can educate businesses about, do you have a certification program? No. Well, if you want to do business with me, I'm certified. So if you do an RFP, can you please say, certified women business owners would get maybe a higher consideration or a higher score if there's a scoring on the RFP. So there's many different facets to it. You
Mhm.
just have to know what your market is, what your target is, what do you want to do with it, and then decide, is the certification right for you? Because it may not always be, right? And
Yes.
and that's one of the things that we wanted to be very honest about. If I hear your business model and it doesn't fit what our certification can offer you right now, I'm not going to tell you get NAWBO certified. I would like for you to get NAWBO certified to be a
Huh.
part of our family and our educational piece, absolutely. But if there's another certification, we want to help you know that. We want to help educate you on how to use it and what is the right certification. Because I always heard, I got certified and I didn't get any business through it, so I didn't renew, right?
Yeah.
And I think Jeanette Armbruster was always saying, it's not an ATM machine. Getting certified is not an ATM machine. It adds a different conversational piece and the whole approach of wanting to do business with another business. So,
Absolutely. And I think it's so important just to be transparent and
yeah.
chat with these women and get to know them a little bit. And
Hmm.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I have one last question for you, Teresa.
Okay.
What has NAWBO? We're not talking certification anymore. Just what has NAWBO done for you as a woman business owner?
Ah, where to start? I don't think we have enough time to cover it all. You
It's okay.
know, being a part of an organization, especially a nonprofit organization with the women business owners, you know, the way NAVO is set up with the chapters, right? If a person has a bad experience at a chapter, NAVO in a whole is looked at based off of that one experience in that limited area, right? And so sometimes that could be a challenge, and people can only take what they get from it. I always talk about with when you're a part of an organization to help further or advance you, whether it be your career, your business, or whatever, you get out of it what you put into it. And so
Mhm.
I always had that mindset. I just want to make sure that I'm clearing, like, that was my mindset going in. Like, how can I help? What can I do? What can I learn? What network can I build? And it's really just being, having the connections and access. If you're part of an organization, you get access to talk to Bank of America, to Wells Fargo, to UPS, right? To Nationwide. Like all of the sponsors are there to listen, to learn. You get opportunities to meet with your go out to DC, and a day on the Hill and meet your legislators and your congressmen and your senators and understand what conversations you need to have with them, how to talk to them. And so having access to that, right? So those are all very, very big things, is just having the access in the community, business wise, right? So personally, I've created such a friendship and bond with the women that I served with on the board, but also the women that I met when I first joined NAWBO. And, we may disagree on many things, but if I called up and said, I'm in trouble, I need help, they would break the door down to come pick me up and carry me out where I needed to go. And you can't put a price on that.
No,
You can't put a definition on that. Like, lifelong friends that I know will always have my back, but not only have my back, they understand what I'm going through, right? Because they're experiencing themselves, and they may have gone through it before, or they may not have, and they can learn from me. And if they go through it, then they can learn. I always talk about, in my law enforcement careers, people would come out and ride with us, and they were like, "Oh, wow, this is really cool," because it would be fun, right? They would ride and
yeah.
they'd get to see kind of behind the curtain. But
Hmm.
I tell them it's really hard to understand law enforcement unless you do it day in and day out. And so a lot of times law enforcement, when you're off duty, those are your friends because they get you and they understand you. That could be a good thing or a bad thing.
Sure,
And so I
sure.
kind of equate that to being a business owner. You want to communicate and connect with women that understand who you are, what you're going through, and the challenges that you experience. So I went and talked to my original group, WBO, here in North Florida. It's Women Business Owners of North Florida. And it's the same as NAWBO. It just doesn't, they're not a part of the chapter, but they were started in 1975,
Mhm.
ironically, same time.
Yep.
They asked me to come be their keynote speaker, and I was talking to them, and I told them, I said, be proud, WBO, because you raised me, right? And a lot of people, they they're like, Teresa, you travel internationally, you meet all these women, you're national, you're, all of this stuff. You've written a book, you've done this. And I'm like, I was a nobody when I joined WBO. I had my business,
Sure,
it was
sure.
growing, it was a good, strong business, but I was nobody. You raised me, you taught me how women networking with each other and supporting each other is what I needed to be successful and to be brave enough to go out there and do that next level. So then I went to NAWBO, same thing, right? I got in what I got out of it, what I put into it. And then that led me to the international level. So now I'm the world vice president of FCEM. I have an amazing opportunity to travel countries, to meet different cultures, to understand what women business owners in other countries are going through and how can we help them. And that's just been amazing. So the friendships, the education, the opportunities, all of that just really would not have been possible if it wasn't for NAWBO.
That's really powerful just because those are things that we all want outside, just in our, even in our personal lives. But you got both. You got it, and I'm hearing words powerful and brave
Mm,
that just it empowered you, you empowered others,
yeah,
you empowered me just the short time I was able to work with you. So it's about you, what you gave to me, and then
right.
what we can all give to each other.
Yeah.
And I love I feel like I'm going to go back and watch this recording on loop because there's just a lot of nuggets in what you said about not just joining an organization, but getting involved and finding your people.
Finding your people. FCM, our tagline is alone invisible, together invincible.
Say that one more time because the video paused.
Okay. In FCM,
Mhm.
our tagline is alone you are invisible. Together we are invincible.
Love it. And no one wants to feel invisible. That's such a
Right.
powerless feeling.
Right, right. You find your group, you find those that you connect with, and you all have a common bond. Like I
Mhm.
said, you may not get along or you may not like the way they dress or act or whatever, but I guarantee you, if somebody comes up and says, this person's in trouble, they will all immediately respond and support you because together we absolutely are invincible. So
Yeah, and it sounds like you all show up for each other, which is
absolutely. That's what
what a
it's about.
huge gift, just professionally and personally, to have a tribe around you like that.
Absolutely.
Love it. Teresa, thank you so much for
Thank you.
taking time to chat with us and to
It's
share your NAWBO experience with us.
It's great
It
to
is
come back. I am a huge fan and proponent for NAWBO. It's done amazing things for me, and I hope everyone has the opportunity to experience, half of what I did.
absolutely. And I do hope that women watching this will be empowered to lean in a little more and to take advantage of all that NAWBO offers and to be able to have a similar experience that you have and that I'm having as well. So thank you, Teresa, so
Thank you.
much.